Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and in this video I'm going to be showing a complete countdown of the top speeds of all fully upgraded sports cars. All of these top speed values have been calculated in-game as accurately as possible to the nearest 0.5 of a mile per hour, and for a full explanation of how this was done, read the description. If you want to know how all vehicles perform in a variety of different classes and formats, check the annotation on the screen or the link in the description for the full playlist of videos, and of course feel free to subscribe for future updates. So first up we have an electric vehicle, just like we had an electric vehicle at the start of the Supercars video, and that is the Chameleon with a top speed of 102.5 miles per hour. Not very quick at all there. Electric vehicles in general have decent acceleration, but they're certainly not that great in terms of top speed. So next up we've got a tie for 26th place, and having cars that have the exact same top speed is something that I mentioned in the Supercars video that we may see a lot more of, and we're certainly going to see it throughout the course of this video as well. The tie for 26th place is probably, as you might expect, between the Blister Compact and the Blister Compact race car. The Go-Go Monkey Blister Compact is exactly the same as the regular Blister Compact in terms of the stats, so it's exactly the same in terms of top speed and around the track as well. 103.0 mile per hour top speed, not very quick. Now just ahead of that is the Penumbra in 25th place with a 105 mile per hour lap time, and I'll just point out at this point that the 28 cars that we have in the sports cars class makes this class the largest in the entire game. No other class has this many cars. So in 24th place we take a big jump in terms of top speed to the armoured version of the Kuruma with a 110 mile per hour top speed. That's not too bad at all really, and we're certainly already into territory that is higher than the Voltic that we saw in the Supercars video. Now in 21st place we have a tie for 21st place, and it's a three-way tie for 21st place between the Buffalo S and the regular version of the Kuruma, as we'll see. They all have a top speed of 112.0 miles per hour, all exactly the same. Interesting that they're all four-door cars as well, so in terms of that, you know, you could basically take any of these and you'll get the same top speed. You'll get sort of to the top of the map at the same amount of time if you're going on the freeway. But yeah, they all share 21st place, and 112 miles per hour isn't all that bad of a top speed really compared to some of, you know, when we consider what we will see. But in 20th place we have the Buffalo race car. So the Sprunk Buffalo, 115 miles per hour. We've taken a 3 mile per hour jump there, and it's certainly a lot quicker than the two regular Buffaloes. Just to point out that this and the Blister Compact race car you can only get in single player. Now in 19th place we've got the Sultan. This is at the moment the quickest four-door car with a 115.5 mile per hour top speed, 0.5 of a mile per hour quicker than the Buffalo race car, but there are quite a few coupes and sedans that we've still yet to see that could overhaul that, so it will be interesting to see what we get there. So next up we've got the Schwarzer, which is in 18th place and has a top speed of 117 miles per hour, and that's reasonably quick at this point, but it's also the last time that we'll see a car that's on its own for quite a while. So because we're going to have quite a few ties coming up now, as I did mention, this is something that we are likely to see throughout the course of this series, and this video pretty much is going to prove that. So first up we've got a tie for 15th place. So this is between the Fusillade, as you've just seen, the Alpha, and what we'll see next, which is the Banshee. All of these cars have a top speed of 117.5 miles per hour, all exactly the same, and all about 0.5 of a mile per hour quicker than what we just saw from the Schwarzer. Still, these are very quick top speeds at this point, and it's amazing that we've got so many cars that are all so close together in terms of top speed. And really, it also shows how little top speed matters in terms of overall pace and performance in a racing situation, and that's going to be proven no more than what we're just about to see, because in 13th place we have the Jester with a top speed of 118.5 miles per hour, and tied with that in 13th place as well is the Elegy with 118.5 miles per hour. So the Elegy is the quickest car around most tracks in terms of regular racing circuits because of its traction, but it has a pretty bog standard top speed, so that just shows you how little that matters. But now it's time to hold on to your seats, because we now have an 8-way tie for 5th place, starting with the Futo of all cars. All of the cars that you're about to see have a top speed of 119.5 miles per hour. It's all exactly the same, and I'll be showing a comparison at the end of these clips that shows you it's exactly the same as well. Similar to what we did in the Supercars video, all of these cars will hit that first checkpoint at exactly the same time, and then they'll hit the second checkpoint at exactly the same time as well. As I mentioned, that's the distance that we measure over. All of these cars exactly the same top speed. Amazing that the Futo is even this high as well. The Futo is joint 5th quickest sports car in the entire game, alongside the Carbonizer, alongside the Rapid GT, alongside the Coquette, and all of the rest of the cars that you're about to see. Now, whilst you watch this, I just want to point out something that is in the description, but some people obviously don't read it. There are ways to beat this top speed value. So there are ways for the Carbonizer to go quicker than 119.5 miles per hour, for example. You know, going downhill, taking advantage of curb boosting. If you don't know what curb boosting is, you need to watch my GTA fact finding episode 6 video where I talk about that. It's basically a glitch in the game that allows you to go a bit quicker. But ultimately what I'm trying to do with these tests is do it in a controlled scientific environment. For example, on a long highway like this, to show you what these true top speeds are without using any additional features such as that. So again, all of the information is in the description about that. Definitely read up if you're at all confused or you want to find out more about this kind of testing. It's all in the description. So as we've seen, we've had the Futo, the Rapid GT, the Coquette, the Carbonizer, the Comet, the 9F, the Feltzer and the Jester race car, all exactly the same in terms of top speed, all at 119.5 miles per hour. And here's a comparison just to prove it. You can go back and have a look at this and really analyze it if you want, but they hit both those checkpoints at exactly the same time. Now we've got a surprise here in 4th place with the Furora GT. This is 0.5 of a mile per hour quicker than what we've just seen, with 120 miles per hour. Very, very good from the Furora GT. And in 3rd place, we've got the Serrano, which is a mile per hour quicker than the Furora GT as well. Very, very good, the Serrano, in terms of top speed, and a bit of a surprise again that this got so high, because it's only 0.5 of a mile per hour slower than our 1st place cars, which are joint tied for 1st place. And it was always pretty much going to be obvious what these cars were going to be. We've got the regular Massacro and of course the Massacro race car as well. 121.5 miles per hour is supercar territory in terms of top speeds. Very much exactly the same as the Entity, only 0.5 of a mile per hour quicker than cars like the Zentorno, the T20 and the Osiris. Very, very quick, these cars, and certainly for long highway races, the Massacro race car is the one that you want, or the regular Massacro as well. They are exactly the same, and here's a comparison, basically just to show that again. With they'll hit the first checkpoint at exactly the same time, and then they'll hit the second checkpoint at exactly the same time as well. Both of these cars exactly the same. The only slight difference that they have is that the Massacro race car has slightly more traction, which does help it on regular races, but in terms of top speed they're exactly the same. So here's just an example at the very end again, just to show you an example of what these kind of differences in top speed really mean as a comparison. So you've got 121.5 in the top left, 119.5 in the top right, 115.5 in the bottom left, and then 102.5 from the Chameleon in the bottom right. So you can see sort of in real time what these differences in top speed mean. It's not that much overall, but you know, there is a slight difference there. So I hope this video has been enjoyable. I hope it's been helpful. There's been certainly some surprises there. You know, I was surprised that we had an 8-way tie for 5th place, especially with the Futo being in there as well. And cars like the Furora GT and the Serrano separating themselves from that group and managing to get in 4th and 3rd places respectively. Pretty incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy or you found it useful. Leave all your thoughts and your comments down below as well. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, because we will be doing all of the classes, or certainly the majority of them anyway. Muscle cars will be up next as well. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.